And we're live. This is not a Rogaine ad. Um, but yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to Going Critical, um, where I take your favorite Asian content creators and run them through a wonderful world of fantasy. Hey, we're back after 3 weeks. And it's been a while. Yeah, we just came from Gen Con, most of us, and we're excited to do this thing. I'm Fabs. I'm here normally doing GM stuff. Uh, we just launched a new show last Tuesday. It was Manhattan by Midnight, our Vampire the Masquerade show. Went pretty well. If you want to check that out, it's on the VODs right now. Um, Let me introduce you to our casts. Luke, let's start with you.
How's it going, everybody? It's me, Luke Trevisi, New York City comedian, Filipino-Italian man. How you doing? I play Andres Utak, the pit fighter, because magic scares me.
Hell yeah.
You can catch me all over the place, specifically on Instagram at Luke Trevisi. I got some new stuff coming out the pipeline. I don't have anything to plug this week, but yeah, it's good to see everybody. I'm excited to play.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Excited to see you too, buddy. Toffee.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Toffee. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Toffee Plays. I'm a Filipino actor based out of San Diego. Yeah, I'm glad I got COVID, so that was very humbling. But I'm good now. And my one Asian
Oh no.
I'm on book 3, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So that's my recommendation. Avatar.
Okay. Yeah, only on this stream do I freeze out, of course. Anyway, Saf.
Flavors. Sometimes it doesn't. You figure it out. It's a fun scavenger hunt. Otherwise, if you are interested in TTRPG streetwear clothing, then you're more than welcome to check out all of my wares at arcadewares.com. And that's pretty much it for me right now. Thanks.
And last but not least for tonight, Joe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe. I'm at Scary Dog Friend on Twitter and TikTok. I co-host a Not Safe for Work podcast called Monster Fuckers Anonymous with my friend Cleric_34. You can find me over on Wednesdays, Starlight Tales, Girls on These Worlds, and tonight as well. It's almost 2023. So we're gonna ignore that, but lots of stuff also to come the rest of the year. So just follow me on Twitter. It'll be easy.
Hell yeah, and we're missing we're missing Stella tonight.
Stephanie.
Stella is doing their own thing and doing amazing things. You'll find out later on. But we'll have them back next week. So yeah, last we left off, the party basically near waterboarded a priest and tortured them to give them a little bit of information about this box that they have procured for Dr. Seacut at the beginning of the campaign. Everything has been quite mundane until they found out that the new bishop, Father Alcaraz, was apparently a secret badass, and it might not be a good idea to fuck with him right now. Apart from that, they're preparing for this gala, this masquerade sponsorship gala that may or may not open horizons for them. We open in the day of the gala. Basically, it is. Let's go around the table and see what everybody's doing. If there's any last minute preparations, I know Bayani wanted to do something beforehand. So yeah, Bayani, what are you doing to prepare for the gala? It's gonna happen in about 3 hours from now.
I don't remember what I was planning to do. It's been 3 weeks.
It has been 3 weeks, but it's
Do
fine.
you-
Do you like? I'm just like going around generally to see if anybody wanted
Right.
to do anything.
I would say that Bayani, I mean, he got a raggedy suit from like the Goodwill equivalent, but the shoes are nice thanks to. I would say that he's practicing in his room, just like a basic
Waltz.
waltz, and
Okay.
he's trying to put like a little bit of flair on it, and he's like looking himself in the mirror, and he's just practicing the introductions. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. You look so lovely today. Hi, I'm Bayani, and he's just practicing all that stuff over and over again, and he has these spoons, and he's just trying to practice like, oh yeah, it goes there, the fork goes there, practicing all of that.
Okay.
So
While
that he's doing.
while you're practicing, Hoon, you're hearing some voices from Bayani's room.
Can I do a perception check just to kind of like get some words out of
Yeah,
that? 18.
18. You can definitely make out the "How do you do, madam?" The greeting, the practice of greeting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You
I'll
even
wait.
hear like oh, my suit? Yeah, it's custom made. It's custom. You wouldn't know them. They're not from this country.
Amazing. And Hoon, while you're listening in, Celeste, you're seeing Hoon just listening to Bayani by his door.
She's like, what are you listening to?
Fuck.
Oh, hey.
Bayani, you kind of hear this now outside your door.
My ears perk up, and I freeze to hear what's gonna happen next.
Just listening back and forth. Hoon just like very loudly stands up, loud in the way of just like, just trying to like be a big person that's tall, like just like situate
Clunky,
himself,
yeah.
in the hallway. Well,
Oh, Ifros.
We lost
Ifrus.
Oh, no.
Luke, you're muted, just so you know.
I activate my secret time magic that nobody knows about and freeze Hoon.
While Hoon's getting their bearings, Undress, you are dressed to the nines. You're
Of
looking
course.
amazing. And basically, what are you doing now?
I'm looking. So Andres is in like a full, like white suit with like
Ooh.
lightning, like basically like sequences that look like lightning, like going down like the shirt, and then like there's like 4 on the pants as well. The boots are like wrestling boots, but they're like customized to have like a little bit of like little pieces of gold on the front on the toe boot. On like that toe box, and then like he's got like a cape over him, and he's literally standing outside of a barn in this all white outfit, trying to convince the farmer to lend him his all white Mustang horse.
I love how you look like just like Ric Flair right now. So roll me a persuasion check.
This is giving Nacho Libre.
He says, "Sir, I've been eyeing your horse for a very long time. Would you like to have your horse have the most exciting night of its life ever to exist, to rub shoulders with some of the greatest minds that have come to our lands? What say you, sir?" And then I roll, and it's a natural 1.
Oh.
The guy's like, oh.
I'll give you a 5 grand.
Okay. He's just
Okay.
like, give me 5 grand. Excuse the layout right now. Hoon will be back shortly. But yeah, you take the horse. Uh,
Why did I say $5,000, dude?
you have the money.
I do have the money. I'm spending it like somebody who would have the money.
um,
That's like almost all my real. My rent.
Couldn't be me.
That was you like 3 nights ago.
That was 3
It's
nights
3
ago. I'm a
nights ago.
different guy now.
yeah, we're gonna fix our layout real quick. While we wait for Hoon to join us again. But yeah, so the 3 of you, Seth, you wanted to say something.
What color is Biani's suit?
It's like a, I would say, that's actually a great question there, Zaf. Biani's suit is, what do I want his suit to be? I would say it's like it's a nice faded blue, like a powder blue.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
There's some crispy shoes to go with it, though. Like this big, like it's my dad's suit, and then like these crispy Air Jordan.
yeah, they're really nice.
They're like Gucci loafers.
Good. Yes, with the matching socks. Wait, no, do they have like the accoutrement to go with it, matching sock style, or is it just like raw dogging that bad boy? Old socks from like Old Navy.
I mean, I don't think Bayana's ever worn socks, so I think the shoes came with socks. But he does have this really nice kind of like what is this thing called? The thing you put right here? The
A lapel pin,
Oh,
or like a kind of like
Like
handkerchief
yeah,
kind of deal.
like
I'm
a
trying to
flower
think of
thing.
what
What's the
Oh,
flower?
like
thing?
a
Oh,
broken-
corsage.
corsage.
Yeah, corsage. He has a really nice one because his one of the friends that he made in the city, Grandma Mumpy. She works at like an herbalist flower shop, so
Yeah.
it's like really nice and
Good.
decked out, and it smells nice.
Good.
How about you, Seth? What is Celeste wearing?
I think Celeste is wearing like a modernized hanbok, which is like a Korean style, traditional style thing. So it's one of those things where it almost looks like a gi on the top, if anyone's familiar with that. But it's like more formal, and it's made out of like a really nice embroidered like purple silk fabric, and it has little flowers embroidered all over it in a beautiful pattern. And she doesn't have obviously her left arm in the armhole, so it's kind of like Yakuza styled, like kanpei stuck in her shirt, and then she has like a wrap underneath as like a crop top esque situation,
Yep.
and then she has long darker purple, more like an eggplant, so the top is more of like a violet colored purple, and then the bottom pants are an eggplant, a deeper purple, and they're like a wide flare pant with some crisp toe, like pointed toe boots with a nice heel as well. They're back.
And we have Hoon back. Amazing.
Wow.
Hello.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, let me just readjust some of our cameras as they were a bit moved. But yeah, Koon, you were saying something.
What were you saying?
We're
This is normal.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready to go? You look nice.
Thank you. I am. I'm fully not ready at all.
And Celeste is like, "Are you? I mean, you look great, but are you wearing that?" to
I'm
the
like not wearing
gala?
one shoe.
Hmm. Right.
The door to my room is gonna open up, and Bayani just stands there and sees you both.
Hey, Biani. You look nice. That's just saying that to anybody, like before they go. You look nice.
I'm gonna look down at my frumpy suit. Why are you lying to me?
You look
No.
great.
I'm not lying.
No,
I'm just
I-
making an assessment.
Look at what you're wearing. You look amazing.
Fuck it.
I don't know if I want to go. This is
Biani, I think 2 things can be true. Like, you can look nice and Hoon can look nice.
yeah, but Look what Hoon's wearing. Hoon, look at what you're wearing. Like.
Do you want? We can just like.
Can we switch or?
Yeah.
We can't. You're like a triple XL, and I'm like
Where
a.
will his tail go?
That's fine. Where's Andres?
We hear him go, I'll give you 5,000 reals.
5,000 real. You lend me this horse for this gala.
I think he's over there. Let's go.
I don't understand what the big deal is. You just give me the horse. I'll give it back. I'm giving you money. What's the big deal?
5,000 real sounds like a lot to run a horse for a night.
Hi, Andres. What's going on?
I want this white horse. It's a Mustang. I've been eyeing it for forever. I wanted to ride it into the gala.
Horsepower. It's a lot of horsepower.
You see the old
It is a
man
lot of
just-
horsepower.
Just counting the money. And yeah. You guys know that Moon is gonna meet you guys there at the establishment. So yeah, as you get there, we
Wait,
yes.
before we go, I want Andres to look at to look at Bayani's outfit real quick, and he's gonna be like, "The shoes look great, buddy. The shoes look great."
Thanks. And then the pants, they like drape over the shoe so much. I have to like pull it up. It's already cuffed like 3-4 times. I just pull it over.
He's like,
Thanks.
curtsy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see them being used properly. And he's like, there's like one tear coming down his face a little bit. Can I take him to a tailor to get him fixed up a little bit?
I think all the tailors are closed today for the gala.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
We need
What day?
what's his
Like,
name?
what day is it? Like, what? Like, kind of.
Like time?
Like,
Like weekend
like,
or
well,
weekend?
like, yeah, like weekend or like
Well,
something.
it is like the weekend, like in the vein of a Saturday. But you know, there should be like a tailor or two open still. Like it's
Okay.
still pretty early.
My tailor, Virgil. I take him to Virgil.
Virgil.
I take him to Virgil. If
Okay.
he wants to go to Virgil, you know, we could get you clean. It's up to you, buddy. I could get it to fit nicely. That's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I already have the outfit. I don't know, like, how much does it cost?
It's not gonna cost nothing to you. If you're comfortable, you're comfortable. Whatever you want to do.
Why don't all of you find a way to get to the gala and I'm honestly not ready.
What do you mean you're not ready?
Hone, you look. I'm gonna say you look great. You made some choices today.
Well, that doesn't make me feel great about
Okay,
how ready
alright.
I am or not. So
Okay.
I think I honestly was rushing a little bit. If y'all don't mind, if
You're
I
missing a shoe.
don't wear shoes. I don't know why I said that.
Well, I mean, we'll meet you there, but like,
Yeah, if y'all don't mind, I just wanna.
do you have
Mhm.
your ticket?
Yeah.
Golden ticket? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Since none of you checked, and since nobody checked Hoon for lying, Hoon was lying the entire time and is going to be buying Bayani another suit as y'all go
You just
to
have
the
my
gala.
measurements. You just have my measurements.
Unlock.
He's got like he can do the hand shape thing where he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Andre, so are we buying the horse or?
We've got the horse.
Oh, you got the horse.
We got the horse. I
this
just
gonna-
I grabbed the horse. Look, come on, Mustang, let's go.
You named it Mustang for the night.
It's a Mustang. It's white. It's a white Mustang. I name it Mustang.
Yeah. Is this gonna be Mia Thermopolis style where it's like I give you this, and then it's Bayani behind the two pictures?
basically. Yeah, we could ride in on my horse. I mean, there's 3 of us. You think this horse will be? Would I be able to?
There's 2.5 of you.
That? Yeah, you are a halfling.
I can just like sit in your lap or like Celeste's lap,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or I can just walk.
No. We can't have you walking.
It's just like several feet away. Celeste and Bayani ride the horse, and Andres, you don't. Okay, bye.
Fabs, would I know if I have access to any kind of transportation through, oh my gosh, the inn that I'm staying at?
Oh, through the dorms?
Yeah, the
you should
dorms.
be. Yeah. I mean, not through the dorms, but there are like carriage rentals.
Okay.
Like right outside. You guys are in an affluent neighborhood.
I was gonna say her background is going not 3 to a horse, baby, not 3 to a horse. Andreas, that's really generous of you, and Bayani, you are welcome to go with him. But I think I'm gonna take a carriage.
I want to take the. I mean,
Please, you're welcome
Andres,
to.
Andres, just hitch your horse up to the carriage, and then we'll.
Yeah,
it'll
can we
look
get-
even more magnificent?
Yeah, you can get a carriage. Also, add a permanent horse to your inventory.
Permanent horse.
Because you spent 5,000 real on it, so might as well.
Fuck yeah.
D&D, where you get any horse of your dreams.
Exactly.
Damn, I overpaid for this horse.
It's yours now, though.
Babs, let me know how much this is gonna be, but I want to just drop a bunch of cash to get a good gnome outfit right now.
Like
I'm halfling.
an outfit
Fuck.
for a half.
Halfling.
Definitely, you can get one for about like 3,000 real.
Okay.
No issue.
I want it to be like a nice like green and like tan ensemble with some like yellow and orange accents.
Ooh.
I will drop 3,000 real.
Okay.
Okay.
So deduct that from your inventory.
Yep.
Okay. So now you have carriage. You now have clothing for Bayani. Do you also wear the clothing that you previously bought while you were with Moon?
Me, yeah. I've been wearing my like I think I wake up so early in the first place for like my praying and stuff, so like I was just already very gussied up, and like my piercings are in, like there's probably a couple more.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wake up, you head over. We're just gonna fast forward. Bayani, you see Hoon arriving with kind of like a garment bag.
Yeah, like a very gift looking kind of.
We haven't like gone into the.
There's no like people aren't entering yet. There's like about like a
Okay.
good 20 minutes before they let people in.
Hey, Hoon. They're not letting us in yet, but they've already started passing out hors d'oeuvres. I saved you one. So I pulled it
It's
out
the
of my
shrimp in your pocket.
Oh, you put the shrimp in your pocket.
I'll take it and then I eat it. It's pretty
Tail
good.
and all, baby. Tail
Hey.
and all.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I found that I came across this from a very kind stranger. If you wanted to try it, seemed fortuitous.
Oh, is this? As I rummage through the bag and I take out like the top. This is like my perfect size.
Yeah, which is why it was fortuitous.
I feel like Celeste doesn't have to roll an insight to know that Hoon's full of shit. So I feel like
Andres
she's
and
just
Celeste are
Dude.
this
I know this person's work, don't I?
probably.
she's just looking at Andreas like,
Virgil.
I'm the
He
monogram.
was the only one
monogram.
open. Shut up. Shut up. He's the only
Monogram.
one-
But this, I mean, I kind of like what I'm wearing right now. Hoon is. Do you want me to wear this? I mean, I can wear this if you want.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it matches a little bit with mine. We have yellow accents.
Right, we have to represent the village.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, this blue suit isn't really doing wonders to represent Mariposa Village. Okay, and I'm gonna just start stripping right in front of everyone,
Mhm,
and then getting into the suit. I'm like, Hoon, I need help. I can't get
Yeah,
my legs into
yeah,
the
I got
into
it.
the pants. And one leg, two leg. And then I just leave the rest of the suit on the ground.
Just on the ground is fine.
Celeste one hand folds the shit as
Yeah.
like like motherfucker as they fold the baggy suit up.
Andres, how do I look?
You look great, man. Honestly, this is way better. Look at this. So you can see the shoes. You can see. Look at all this. This is the material. I know this material.
It's kind of tight around the butt.
That's-
Is that supposed to?
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. That's exactly what you want to happen, buddy.
To highlight your assets.
Your glutes look amazing in these pants.
Cool.
Hoon just
Well,
like looks at Celeste and is just like, I think Hoon has been taking to like confiding in Celeste, like just like secrets or like just like shady like gossip things. So Hoon is just sort of like, if Andre had said that he looked bad, I would have probably killed him.
Celeste just gives an awkward thumbs up because she's like, I don't know what the game is here, but I know that you're winning.
Andres can feel you talking, like not feel you, just feel you guys talking about him. So he just gives you a big smile, like yeah.
She's like, wow, my friends really like me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah, and while you guys are doing this, after a while, you see that people start coming in, handing invitations in, wearing their masks, of course, and the music there is a band inside that is blaring wonderful music, and yeah, you guys enter where there is this massive kind of like dining hall with a bunch of people schmoozing around already. Not long after, you see that Dr. Seacut takes the podium and says, welcome, everyone. Roll me an insight check, all of you.
Mother. God damn.
That's a 3 from
19.
Andres.
So 5.
Out of 15.
19.
So 15 and 19, you do notice that he looks very haggard and tired, but is still well dressed for the occasion, but expresses like a form of posture that looks kind of worn. He then addresses the party. Welcome to the sponsorship gala. As you know, this is when a celebration of our previous achievements and also our future endeavors. We would like to thank all the sponsors here today for attending, to give the opportunity to our wonderful students to further their studies. Yes, Hoon, you wanted to do something?
I was gonna say, I think Fabs, are you cutting in and out a little bit
Okay.
for anybody else?
Yeah.
You are a bit, yeah. I was having a hard time.
Let me try to fix that. Okay. Let me just let me know again if I'm cutting in or out. Something's weird with my stream mic right now, and I had to do some finagling. But okay. As he says, the opportunities that you offer further our society, from the sciences of necromancy and transmutation.
Hey.
We have leaps and bounds in innovation, and with the new wing of artifice, you
I'm
have
sorry,
seen.
Fabs.
Yeah.
It's so cutting.
It's fine. I'm glad that you're letting me know, because that means I can try to fix it. Okay.
I got Wing of Artifice. That's what I got. I got
Okay.
that one.
So
Advancements in necromancy and transmutation.
yes,
Oh.
you have helped with the advancements of the sciences, and furthering this. Your donations further our studies well beyond our capabilities. So may we have a
No.
wonderful night.
Still cutting.
I am sorry. You know what? We're just gonna do this. Okay, hopefully this fixes it. May we have a wonderful night and further our general studies through your kind donations. Well, dig in, enjoy enjoy everything, and I will take my leave. Okay, so yeah, there are people who start clapping.
Yeah!
With that, yeah, people just look at you as like, what the fuck?
Screaming.
I'm like snapping because that's all I can do.
Andres is just like, who is their tailor? Who does their work?
Amazing. So from there, you are open to pretty much all the people. Everybody starts mingling with each other, starts talking about, what they're studying. Roll me what would be a good thing? Roll me a charisma check for everybody to see who you find.
I think Hoon, before all this goes on, and is just sort of like, I mean, I guess just deferring to all of you. Did we have our little like plan conversation before this, or did we just go fucking balls out, just entered and didn't say anything
I
to
think
each
we
other?
went balls out.
I think so,
RP.
too.
We did talk a little bit because the basics of it was like find out as much dirt on Sika as well
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
covert way, and
And
that was like
seduce him.
and seduce him was like our only point.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like be cool about it, find out as much as you can, balls to
Okay.
the wall.
Balls out. I got a 7.
Yeah, pretty balls.
Amazing. Yeah.
Can I do a performance check?
4.
I want to
Get people to come to you.
Yeah, I want people to come to me. So I want basically to start like flexing my muscles and find like another combatant of some sort.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
something to like get something going,
Let's
know?
do this.
Let's put all the attention on Andres right now, as much as we can after that very thoughtful speech.
Amazing. Yeah, let's do this.
That's a 21.
Okay, with a 21, wow, that's pretty high. You notice, like, describe to me how you're, kind of like,
what do you call it? Andres like starts to like tell people like around him like, hey, excuse me, could you just like open up the floor just a little bit? Could you just like open up the floor a little bit? And when they start to like agree, he like he like clears his throat, activates his thaumaturgy, and begins to make his voice boom, and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. And then he's starting to make the ground rumble a little bit, and then like little sounds of like clouds coming overhead. Are you ready to see the strongest fighter here as a physical specimen for all of your testing? It is Andres the Lightning.
Oh
then
God!
His cape comes off and he starts to like shimmy his little his little things while he has his little bit of floor space.
I tug on Celeste and Hoon, and with my natural 20, I'm still embarrassed. So for Andres, I'm gonna say, open bar.
Open bar. We should go over there now.
Open bar.
right
Now.
now.
Let's go. Okay.
He started
I only got
Fortnite dancing and then beatboxing, and then
you watch him floss on the floor.
I only have a 12, so it's nowhere near that. But I'm like, yeah, I think. Excuse me, can I get a Manhattan?
by night.
Ooh.
So we're gonna start with Andressa. Andressa has already started with this. So you charm your way through, and you see a older woman walk up, says, "Are you a part of the Brigada fighting pits?"
He goes back to regular words. Hi, ma'am. Yes, I am. That's correct.
Yes, I think I remember you. I think you won the championship last year.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's correct. That is me. It's always
Yeah.
it's always nice to see a fan. Nice to
Oh.
meet you. What's your name, miss?
Oh, me? I'm Madam Featherbottom. Um, you used to have a handler, portly fellow. Where is he?
Look, lady, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Madam Featherbottom, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. So
Oh.
yeah,
that's
it's real
that's a
tragic.
shame.
I'm here to look for, it's very difficult to find somebody of Dodong's caliber as a manager. So, you have to kind of climb the highest mountains, and once you reach there, you have to find the even higher mountains to climb, if you know what I mean.
That is interesting. Well, I am not a promoter myself, but I do interest myself in investing in fighters to see, as you already know, the Brigada fighting pits is a very lucrative business around this city. Maybe we can talk about business, if you don't mind.
Yes, we can.
Now you're agreeing. You're noticing that there are two well-dressed men, kind of uniformed behind her, kind of just standing, looking like bodyguards. And she's definitely an important person. She's like, okay, well, how about we get some drinks first? And she grabs your arm and she leads you towards the what do you call this? The bar, if you will. We're gonna get back to you. Okay. Celeste, what did you get earlier?
I got a 12.
A 12. Okay, you're looking around. You're familiar with a bunch of people. What's his name? Francis was there. But he's enthusiastically talking to an older gentleman with a clear toupee and a brush mustache. And it looks like it's going well. You're looking around and someone says, Dr. Kim? Dr. Kim, is that you? It is you. And they're addressing you.
She immediately, her ears kind of twitch for a second, go back, and then they perk back up. Yeah, totally, that's me. Hello. And you can tell they're terrible at this, but they're I'm sorry.
I'm surprised to see you. And this person is a woman. She's in her 40s. Bun on her hair is tied in a bun. She's dressed in this kind of traditional Filipino baratsaya. Very elegant, and she has a fan, and she leans in. I can't believe I'm seeing you here. She whispers, I thought you died in the excavation.
I thought I died there for a minute, if I'm calling it honest. How have you been? Where did you move on to after the excavation?
I wasn't there. I was working under one of the doctors with you. Dr. Morong, he went with you and he passed. And when word came to us, we were all surprised. It's me, Genevieve. Don't you remember me?
Celeste is at this point like trying to stop the tremors in her hands as she is putting it, like shoving it in her pocket, essentially her one good hand. I just yeah, of course I do. I just sustained a lot of injury.
What's with the ears? Are these part of your elaborate masquerade?
Oh yes, it's I'm
very
told it's
lifelike.
very forward in fashion these days.
Yeah. Would you like to have a drink with me?
She is trying to figure out where the rest of her group is, and I don't know where is Bayani and Hoon at this point.
I thought we were at the open bar together.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys were all
I
at the
think
open
we're
bar.
all
Okay.
like seeing
Yeah.
this. But
Cool.
Hoon
You
is just
guys
like,
are seeing all of this.
Cool.
I'm
I
just
just
like-
want to make sure.
Yeah, I just swivel around in my high chair, in the on the bar stool chair,
In the bar stool chair that's like swiveling.
and I'm just sipping, just looking
You
back
have a
and forth.
swirly straw.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love that. I would. These are my my cohorts. She looks
Mm.
over to Hoon and Bayani.
Well, it's it's really nice to meet you. Let's try to. We don't want to see Dr. Morong's son around. He's still pretty upset.
Wait, what are you saying? Perhaps you're cutting out again.
Oh, we don't want to see Dr. Morong's son. He's still a little bit upset with what happened to the excavation.
Right.
Would you care to join me?
And she's trying to literally get out words, and usually she's not phased by like the pleasantries of things, but she's like calculating 8,000 things at this moment. Yes, I think that would be good.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity saving throw real quick.
Oh
what the
God,
fuck?
that's an 18.
18. She goes to grab your petrified arm. I assume you avoid
Ooh.
it.
She's gonna just like gently, like Wing Chun style, like softly move it back towards her own body.
Yeah. So, yeah, with that 18 you're able to do it. Okay.
Please.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, let's head over here. And she ushers you somewhere.
Doctor, we'll see you whenever.
The doctor will see you now.
We're gonna pause there.
God, Fabs!
Hoon, what did you roll?
7.
7. You don't really see anybody important. You saw Reyna, who's gushing over,
Right.
trying to schmooze over to Dr. Seacut.
Yeah,
but Dr. Seacut is talking to a lot of people.
Okay, yeah. I want to. My eyes were on Dr. Sukkot, actually.
Yeah, you
It
find
looks like he's like busy. So I think I wait around until he sees me, just kind of like just standing. I don't have anywhere to be in particular. Or if Reyna is also around, I'll talk to her.
Yeah, Reyna's trying to go to Dr. Seacut, but is kind of deterred by the crowd around him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Reyna.
Oh, hi. Hey. You were that guy. Yeah. From yesterday. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, got a invitation somehow.
Oh, nice. Amazing. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to Dr. Seacut, but it's, as you see, it's kind of hard. A lot of people are trying to schmooze with him.
I'm also waiting to speak to him. I can stand next to you.
Oh, yeah,
In the meantime?
Of course. Are you trying to do talk to him about his work, or are you trying to present anything?
Just, I mean, I think honestly, I can maybe try to get in a word for you, because I've done a few jobs for him
really?
already. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. And she's just gushing
Yeah.
about like Dr. Sika. She starts uncontrollably like fangirling to you. You're learning a lot. You're learning about, the cloning that he does for
Mhm.
like, pretty much internal organs. You found that he cloned actually a cadaver once before as a test. It wasn't super successful because the cadaver was incomplete. But he persevered and whatnot. And we're gonna leave you there real quick. And Bayani, what are you doing? What did you roll?
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, you rolled a natural 20. Okay. You see pretty much like everything right now. You see somebody that you are familiar with from delivering. You see like these rich people, one of which is studies what do you call this? Like transmutation and creating basically things out of nothing is what their study is about. And you also see Mystery Man hugging the wall, looking like he doesn't want to be there. The Mystery Man from the manor that you deliver to.
As I'm at the open bar, I'm gonna talk to the bartender and I'm gonna say, how much is this?
It's free.
So I can get another one of these.
He hands you another one of whatever drink you got.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bayani is he's feeling kind of out of place. He needs that liquid courage. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just roll for it, I guess.
Actually, don't need to roll for something. As you try to back up and try to get your bearings, you bump into somebody. Not big.
Sorry.
In front of you is another halfling with a mask, tan skin, and a beautiful dress. You spill a little bit, but she's like, it's okay, it's fine. And then she just prestidigitates it away from her dress.
She just goes off into the crowd.
No, she's just standing in front of you,
Okay.
and just says, "It's nice to see you. You got it in."
Hi. Hey. Two drinks. This one's for you. Here you go. And I hand this person another drink. And just to clarify, Fabs, are we all wearing masks? Are we all masked up for? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andres made the choice immediately to give up his identity.
And she just says, "You're as charming as ever."
I'm sorry. I think you have me confused for someone else.
She sets the drink down and she grabs your hand and brings you to the dance floor.
As I go out there, I'm passing by Andres and I hand him my drink. I don't know what's going on. Andres, take my
Okay.
drink. I don't.
Can I instill him with like just words of advice as he goes, so I could help
Yeah.
him with whatever he's about to do?
Yeah, of course.
Remember, 1-2 step, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
As you're saying 1, 2, 3, we're gonna go to undress real quick. You guys are gonna find out a lot of things about yourselves today. All right, undress. Miss Featherbottom is like, that is a peculiar gentleman right there. Is he a friend of yours?
No.
Oh, you just offer advice to anybody, I guess.
He's a fan.
Oh, see, this is what I like to hear. So, I heard that you unfortunately lost your last fight.
You know, did I lose? Really?
Exactly, that man, that poor half-orc, did not really fare well after the fight. He might have won, but then again,
I went out for a jog the next morning.
exactly, and I don't think he did. So,
He did not.
tell me, and this woman looks like she's in her like around late 60s, and she kind of gently caresses your shoulder and it's like, tell me, what can I do for a strapping young man like you?
Can I can I do an insight check real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is this lady into me?
We'll see.
11.
11. Yeah, you have this sense that like
This lady's into me.
this lady's trying to do something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I came here on a Mustang.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of those here. I mean, a lot of them were basically from the war, I believe, and sometimes imports just breed and stay. It's interesting. That's really nice. It's a rare catch.
It is a rare catch, and I will say this: much like the Mustang, I am a dying breed. So, if you want my attention, it's gonna cost you.
Oh, is it? Ugh. You already have my attention. And she kind of playfully like slaps your peck.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
The singular peck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burger flip.
Yeah. She spikes it.
She said, well, how about you? What you came to me for a reason? What is that?
Well,
Is it because of the loud light show that I did?
a part of it is yes, but see, I come to these things to just, maybe figure out the lay of the land. There was one Goliath lady that was very enthusiastic in my work. I think she specialized in sports sciences. Yes, the medical sciences of fighting. And yeah, I heard her a little bit. Hopefully I can talk to her a little bit later, but my interests lie in more of the exciting parts of the city. I love entertainers, and you are one of the biggest right now here.
Well, yes, that is correct. I am one of the biggest here. What is flattery will get you far, but what is the point of all this?
Well, knowing that your promoter has recently passed, I'm looking for a fighter.
What's the fight? Where? And how much does it pay?
Well, here's the thing. I know you're very familiar with the Brigada fight pits, and you dominate, of course, but this one is a little bit under the table, if you get my drift.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's like, this is a little bit under the table, if you get my drift.
Oh, so big money.
Very big. See, I won't be able to afford any of this if I went for small change. Will you be interested?
Andres looks around for a second. What's happening right now? What's going on around me?
Around you, people are
Yeah.
snoozing. There's a dance floor. You see Bayani getting dragged into the dance floor. You see that Celeste is kind of shooketh and talking to this lady who looks like they're in their 40s. Hoon is talking to Reina, who's waiting around the area. Roll me a perception check real quick.
5.
5.
Bad rolls tonight.
Yeah, you don't see much. With that 5, I'm gonna say you also see Father Bowie in the crowd. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Do you? I'm gonna ask her now. What kind of clientele would I be performing for?
Well, the clientele that pretty much appreciates the methodic way one can dismantle another.
See,
I do
Would-
need to preface this that these fights are for keeps, and these fights don't stop when you simply fall down. Will you be interested?
Let's put it this way. How many of the people here today would be attending something like this?
She leans in, give or take, a little over half.
I'm in.
Okay.
Nice.
I like to hear that. This is Butch. She gestures to the right-hand man. Butch. No relation to Moon's Butch.
I was
Another
gonna
Butch.
say.
No, just another Butch. And he looks at her and is like, "My name's not Butch." And it's like he takes out a piece of paper and writes it down. Writes something down and hands it to you. And as you look at it, it has an address and a date that is for 2 weeks from now. It's like, just come there, look for me, and we'll set you up with your fight. Again. These are dangerous fights. Are you willing to take a life?
What's the number? What's the overall number?
Okay. She gestures again, and there's another number. And you get a piece of paper that's folded in half.
Mm-hmm.
Do you open it?
Yeah.
You open it, and there's like 6 zeros there. That's if you win the whole tournament.
Okay. So it's a whole tournament.
There's only about 3 fights.
Oh.
I'm so
Well,
stressed.
If you put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, the winner gets all of that. And obviously the losers get compensated in the form of their burial,
And this is hand-to-hand combat?
hand to hand.
Sounds like a dream to me.
Fantastic.
And gestures for a pen. Give it to me. Let's do it.
For a what?
For a pen. Something to sign.
Oh, he gives you kind of like a fountain pen.
Let's go. Let's do it, baby. Here you go.
Amazing. I knew I liked you, and she like kind of boops your nose with her like decrepit long finger.
You're not gonna like me very much when I take all your money, lady.
Oh, it's not my money. It's their money. We're gonna be both rich.
And then he does the big gaudy laugh. Ha 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 ha. But he's really nervous. He's really, really nervous because he realized what he just did.
As you laugh, as you laugh, we're gonna go back to Celeste. Celeste, this
I'm stressed from Andreas. I'm stressed from this. I'm trying to.
this woman over here says, keeps looking at your ears. I can't believe you're alive. You had this adorable pet, this pet fox. Where are they?
Her blood just runs cold as she hears that. I guess I lost them.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Me too.
They were wonderful. But please tell me, how did you survive?
I don't know. How long has it been?
About a year? Yeah, you
Okay.
set out to take this jade kind of artifact to this temple. And from what I remember is you were supposed to come back with proof of the spirit gate.
Right. Perhaps is any of this coming back to Celeste as she hears this, or
Make a wisdom check. Just flat out wisdom.
That's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw. You do remember something, but I want to see whether or not it affects you.
Okay, it's a 15.
Okay. You kind of stagger a little bit. It doesn't affect you as hard, but you try to remember the spirit gate.
Right.
And what you remember is a giant, well, not giant, but a larger fox. A fox larger than a normal one, trying
Right.
to drag you away from this gate. This gate that is purple, green, and kind of teal in hue, that is kind of in this this ruin. And on this pedestal is a jade figurine of some form of fey creature. A dragon mixed with some form of fey creature. You're reaching out with your left hand, and as you grab like this light, it starts to petrify and become kind of ceramic and porcelain. It starts to crack, and it crumbles. Your arm crumbles to pieces in a way where the gold has repaired.
Oh,
And you see, it looks like this gate is pulsing until 3 pulses. Your fox companion shields you from it, and then it's black. And
I saw a baby.
And then
My son.
you kind of come to from this memory, and they're just, is everything okay?
And she just shrugs it off and tries to get back into her body as she is coming back from the memory. I just wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting to see you.
Well,
Or anyone.
I wasn't expecting to see you either.
And earlier I couldn't hear you, Fabs. You said Dr. Moro?
Moro, Moro.
Moro. And he died with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the actually, let's rewind that a little bit. You do see, Dr. Moro is impaled with what you can just make out as like kind of like a stalactite.
Right.
And was consumed by the expanding portal.
God. Yeah, she's kind of got like a cold sweat thing happening. If she didn't have a mask on, you probably could tell.
Mhm.
I don't know. She just lies blatantly. I don't know. I just remember waking up outside of a cave and that was it.
Oh, that must have been scary. Well, I'm really glad that you're okay. Can I give you a hug? It's been so long.
And she kind of just gently puts a hand out. I need a moment.
Oh,
What company was this with?
not a company. Basically, it was your project.
And you said Dr. Morrow's son is here?
Yeah. Dr. Morrow, will say that during you guys were walking, you garner that Dr. Morrow was another scientist that you hired because they were interested in the spirit realm as well.
Right.
That's definitely what you garnered, and this was supposed to be a joint study, but
Right.
they died in the process, as well as the people that you brought to the expedition.
Yikey, in fact, Wikey. She is bordering on a panic attack at this point as it's all flooding back. Me, Saf, wants to ask so many more questions. Celeste is wigging out. Excuse me. And she just kind of as quickly and politely as she can just kind of bows her head and then finds the closest hallway that's like uninhabited by
Yeah.
people.
You walk through
And-
the halls and you find a powder room that's empty.
Yeah, she just shrinks against that wall. And she finds it's like tucked away as she can, so if someone
Yeah.
just like walked in, they wouldn't necessarily be able to see her, but she just crouches and starts
There's like
losing it.
small booths in the powder room. Roll me a wisdom save again.
a wisdom check or a wisdom save?
Save.
It is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You don't fall, but you all of a sudden kind of have a out of body experience where you see you're being dragged in third person. You see your hand crumble, and you see from your vision your face, and you see yourself telling yourself that save yourself. It's okay, I'll be fine. I need you to be okay. And then black.
Yeah, she's just rocking herself back and forth in the stall as she's feeling all the feelings that she had just not remembered. And she is just weeping as she's like, okay, it's fine. Just pull yourself together.
Are slowly realizing that your tail is wrapping around like in between your legs in fear right now.
Oh, yeah, her ears are pushed back, and she just
Yeah.
keeps telling herself the same thing she heard. Just put yourself back together. Just put it back together. And as she's like just rocking herself, she forgets where she is.
Okay.
She forgets everything.
We're gonna get back to you in a bit.
Oh, God, Fabs!
Hoon, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 18 on the die. 24.
Okay, with a 24, you notice Father Bowie is also in the party. Next to him is a blonde man, dressed in religious vestments. You see that he has a pendant of a sun. And he is walking around. You see he's roughly around 45. He has an air of arrogance to them that seems like he's better than all of these people. And he shouldn't be here, but because of his ties to the church, he feels like he has to.
Is this Alcaraz?
You can assume, yeah.
Okay.
Based on the descriptions of Bowie the night prior, this might be Father Alcaraz.
Raina, if you can excuse me for a second.
Oh, yeah,
hold my
sure.
spot in line. Or
Yeah, of
something.
course.
I'm gonna walk over to Alcaraz.
And you see Alcaraz, he's human, but he's pretty tall. He stands 6'7". You don't dwarf him whatsoever. Normally you do. And he looks up. He doesn't even have to look far up to you. Says, "Good evening."
Hello. My name is, Hoon. I guess I've been wanting to have a chance to speak to you or go to your services.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Father Alcaraz, and it's nice to finally see another man of the cloth, I assume. He notices your holy symbol.
Does it seem like I personally have no idea what my holy symbol? I mean, I figure what it looks like is just sort of a circular pendant of some sort of some geometric shaping. Does it look like he knows what it is? Because I think I've been trying to ask a lot of people that, and they just have had no idea.
He
is
looks
there
like
some-
he's familiar.
Okay. Hoon just can't be like, yeah, I'm religious. Tell me, who's this god? I just want to check you. No, he is trying to think about it, but he knows that he has to focus. But he says, yes. I suppose it's fairly fortuitous that I'm seeing you, as well as, hopefully, if Dr. Seacott can lend some time. I'm also a doctor.
Interesting. I would not expect a follower of the practice of renewal to be in the medical field. But
Well-
me as well, I am also trying to get the ear of the ever-famous Dr. Seacott.
Think of renewal as not also something holistically necessary for the body, as well as messaging.
That's interesting. I respect all religions, but I do believe that there is just one God, and the God above, God of the sun, Palor. Now tell me, what can I do for you? Was it Hoon? Yes. Is there anything I can do for you?
Just wanting to introduce myself. Hopefully, I would be able to catch you before. I understand you've come here fairly recently. I'm not sure if I would be able to catch you at another time.
Well, there's a lot. You can catch me anytime. There is a lot of work that needs to be done here in Kandigan to eradicate the Fey menace that plagues this land. My work shall not end until that is through. You do not believe in such
I don't believe in what?
tomfoolery. You don't believe in such tomfoolery such as the Fey realms and the other beliefs of the locals here.
No.
Good. disgusting, if you ask me.
Disgust.
This menace has just plagued our lands and now plagued, well, yours. You see Father Bowie's like, oh shit. He's going in his fascist tirade.
Well, it was nice speaking.
Please visit the church, and we may
Absolutely.
speak more if you need. And I must go around and socialize with these folk. It was nice.
Didn't
meeting
catch that
you.
last part.
Oh, I need to socialize with these folk.
It
It's nice meeting you.
was nice meeting you.
And he walks away. Father Bowie lingers, and he's just like, and Father Bowie like sheepishly follows. While you finish that conversation, Bayani, you're being dragged to the dance floor by this other halfling lady that you're just not sure what's going on. Yeah, and you see Andres is holding up 1, 2, 1, 2.
I'm like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and she grabs you, and for a moment, you're trying to grab your bearings, and you're like, I have to hold this woman's waist and lead, but she leads you.
Okay. Bayani doesn't have. Yeah. So as I get dragged on, Bayani's going to cast Unseen Servant, just to like correct his hands, help to correct his like back posture, his lead foot. Lift up his butt a little bit.
Okay.
All this
So
stuff.
roll me performance with advantage and a D8 of inspiration, because I love that you're using your Unseen Servant.
Performance check plus a D8. Okay. 16.
16. You perform well. While you're being led, do you try to lead after a while?
No.
Okay.
Lead me, mystery person.
Yeah.
I've never been led before. I lead all my dances whenever I dance.
You don't, Bayani. You don't have to lie. Bayani, it's me.
How do you know my name?
Bayani, it's me. And she takes off her mask, and it's Maru, the girl from your village that left a long time ago.
Bayani is just gonna freeze in the middle of the dance, and I'm assuming there's other people dancing in time.
Yeah.
with them.
You guys
I'm
bump
gonna
into
just-
each other. It's like, sorry. And they apologize as well.
And I'm assuming the dance floor is like a little bit more. It's busy now. That
Yeah,
people are
it's
starting
a
to-
little busy now. She drags you again to outside of the, because you guys are getting hit
I am
from
gonna.
left by right.
As she grabs my wrist, I'm going to break my hand away, and I'm gonna run into the crowd and cast Disguise Self on myself, and turn
Bayani.
into a dwarf that is a foot taller and has
Make
completely
a-
different clothes.
Make a stealth check to see if they see you.
Be
Okay.
16.
She rolled a 5 on the die, so she's just like, Bayani, and you hear her yelling Bayani out
And
loud.
as I morph into this new person, I'm going to find a room, and I would like to run into the same powder room that Celeste is in.
Yeah, you run and you find another powder room, and you don't even notice that somebody's like just freaking out in the corner. You're just
I was
like,
gonna say she gets silent as soon as she hears the door latch undo, but she's still like rocking in the bathroom, but not crying loudly, just quietly holding it in.
amazing. Yeah, you find Celeste in that room. Roll me a few like dexterity checks to see if you avoid people on the way.
Yeah. Just
Um,
one or
Roll
the
me
fuck is
2.
happening?
Roll me 2.
okay. First one is gonna be an 8.
I told you guys it's gonna be crazy. This gala
And
is
the
gonna be
second
crazy.
one is an 18.
This is so wild. I
Okay,
wish Stella
you
was
bump
here.
into somebody, but because your second one was flawless, Maru was chasing, got to chase with that 8, but then lost you on the second one, and then you get to see Celeste.
I would like to, just to meme it up a little bit more. As I trip into the first person, one of my shoes
Flies.
dislodges and just
Cinderella.
slides off, and I keep running.
You should,
and I
you
go to the
see,
powder
you
room.
look back and you see Maru holding a shoe, like looking.
Yes, I love the Rogers and Hammerstein Cinderella that we're having right now.
I bump into the powder room. Sorry. Hey, Celeste.
Her face is down on her knees like this, and she just like lifts one eye up, and you can just see she is blanched, and her cheeks, all the makeup she did have on, is running down her face. And she doesn't say anything, but her lip just kind of unintentionally like pouts out a little bit, and she goes, Biani. And this is
rough
like
party, huh?
Roll me,
she's-
Celeste. I need you to roll me a. What check is? Roll me a charisma check real quick,
oh boy.
or save actually.
A charisma save? Okay. That's 12.
It's 12. Apart from your runny makeup, Bayani, you see Celeste has a fox nose.
I'm reverting.
I overheard you. This has been a crazy time. We've only been here for like 30 minutes.
She just puts her head back down again, and her tail is still wrapped around her feet.
You used to not have ears, like fox ones. Like you used to have like ears like me, but now you have this. What?
And she just looks up and she goes, "You're really bad at this." And she's just like trying to hold it in because she's usually so blanched as a personality, anyways. But you can tell this is all bars are taken away from her. And she's like, "Why are you in here?"
I met someone that knew me.
She just pats the seat next to her.
Yeah, I don't think she should really see me or think that I was here. I didn't think she was gonna be here.
Starts rubbing everything away, and as she's like coming down from everything, she's like got that zonked look that you have after you've had a panic. So she's just like staring, and she's trying to make sense of what's happening both in her own mind and what's happening with Bayani, because she's trying to make sure Bayani's okay. So is she like a bad person?
No, she's royalty now.
Oh, like the one that got away kind of thing? Or is it like, oh, we used to be friends and now you got snooty? Or both?
Yeah, we studied together at the village. And then she found out that she was royalty, so she got whisked away.
Andres, you saw this whole thing happen. So if you wanna follow to the powder room,
I'll tell you exactly what Andres does. So Andres is making the and then he slowly just starts to walk, like get a little bit of distance between him and her, and then begins to like and then heads right into the powder room. He's got his makeup starting to run as well. And he runs into the powder room, and his cape is like half off. His collar's already like undone a little bit. There's like makeup on like the collar, and he's like, I just signed away my life. I just signed away my life. He doesn't even acknowledge everybody else is in there.
Hey, Andres.
Fun party.
Yeah.
Why are we
Hoon.
so bad at this?
Real
Get,
quick.
get Hoon in here for
Where-
Sunan.
You,
Where
you
am
saw
I
some
right
you saw some shit go down. It's up. I will leave it up to you if you want to follow a fleeing away dwarf.
I have to do so many things. I have to find out what's going on with Bayani at least. I'm just like, Reina, I'm so sorry. I have to.
Okay, just
I
making
don't
sure.
know.
As the three of you guys are like sobbing in the powder room, we're actually gonna take a break. It's already 9:30,
Amazing.
so I think this is a good time to stretch, get some water, do a bio break. For the people in chat, thank you very much. If you didn't know, you can actually affect the game with channel points. They're
Don't.
listed below. Or
Ah,
you can
do it.
donate. Each donation goes to bettering the stream. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna be back in 5 minutes. Make sure you stretch, stand up, and hydrate. See you in a bit. And we're live. Oh yeah, last we left off, we're just gonna jump into it. Last we left off, three of the party members started crying in the powder room for discoveries. Andres might have started throwing up. But yeah, now we're gonna focus on Hoon for a little bit. Hoon, you find an opening to Dr. Seacut. Dr. Seacut, kind of weirdly slips a shrimp in his mouth from an hors d'oeuvre tray because he's been talking too much and he needs to eat. So he just slips he slips a shrimp in his mouth. You also notice that he's eyeing a gentleman with a strip of white on his hair across the room, who is hugging the walls that looks like he just doesn't want to be there. And Dr. Seacut notices you and is like, "Oh, Hoon. My
Doctor?
friend. Doctor, it's nice to meet you. Well, it's nice to see you here.
You look,
it seems
with
that
all due
you-
respect,
Yes.
very tired.
Ah, yes, it's the nature of the job. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be here. I'd be working in my lab, but so is life. It's nice to see that you got an invitation to the gala. Have you been able to talk to anybody for grants and such?
I have been allowing my more charismatic fellows sort of handle some of that.
Yeah, I see
I
one of
find
them
myself-
over there right now, and you see Moon in the distance just schmoozing and chain shifting in front of people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I find myself also fairly exhausted during these types
Yes,
of engagements.
Yes, I heard that you helped the coroner, Janelle, yes, with a bit of a problem the other night. That's wonderful. Did you happen to catch the culprits?
No, nothing
That's a shame.
of any sort of result came
Hmm.
just as much as we were able to mitigate, as much as I was able to be there for anybody that I was.
Hmm. That's quite a shame. These grave robberies, just despicable, if you ask me. The poor families of the deceased. But it seems that what you did has slowed whatever was happening in the city. So, hats off to you.
What was that last part?
Hats off to you.
Oh,
for
hats off.
Slowing
Thank
off,
you.
slowing these grave
I'm gonna-
robbers.
I'm gonna get like I think if like a waiter is coming through with like hors d'oeuvres, Hoot is just like, oh, thank you, and he'll take the whole tray, and just like presents it to Dr. Sikat, and like also to just like holds it like it's just like a plate that he could just hogs an entire tray of hors d'oeuvres, and sort of like, I see that you're. Please.
I'm quite famished, yes. He starts picking. You start noticing that his right hand is a little clammier and thinner than what a normal human hand is. He starts eating.
Can I get like I don't know if it's perception or insight to. What am I looking for? I kind of want to see what type of like exhaustion this is. Like if this is potentially like
medicine.
Food based, is it exhaustion purely by overworking? Like I don't know what sort of sign.
Medicine check.
Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. $19.
It's definitely from exhaustion, like from overwork. Well, while you're here, would you like me to introduce you to anybody in particular?
I'm unsure if are there any sort of colleagues you have that have any experience in natural infections or botany of any curses?
I think Dr. Wong might be able to help you. He specializes in cryptobotany. Whatever weird type of plant, he's probably seen it. Yes, follow me. And he leads you to this other fellow who's like in his 30s, swept back undercut hair, like well dressed. His mask is of kind of like tree bark, and he's just drinking alone, looking around, seeing who's there. And it's like, Dr. Sikat, it is nice to see you. And you are?
I'm Hoon Jin. Modestly, I will say that I'm a war medic, doctor.
You don't see much of those these days, but it is really nice to meet you. You see, all of a sudden, you are joined by a woman. It's a half elf. Apparent age is around like 30 to 40. Wonderful dress, and you see their mask looks like it's like kind of metamorphosizing from scales to kind of porcelain. It's like, this is a colleague of ours, Dr. Bashwari. She is one of the leading researchers in transmutation. Yes. Oh, it's nice to meet you.
I'm just like shaking hands with everybody, kind of just like. I want to also say that Reina, I like just like bringing Reina over.
Reina actually takes your place, and as soon as you turn around, Reina starts fawning over Dr. Sikat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's like, are you a student perhaps? And yeah.
I think Hoon says, not so much a student. I've been able to research while I have been able to stay. But I come from a village that is in dire need of assistance.
Oh, really?
Divine.
Interesting. Tell me more. And then you see the woman says, "Are you by any chance a follower of uh there's a lot of names. The god of change, the god of
Renewal.
renewal." Yes. Are you?
Yes.
Oh, that's so interesting. May I? And she gestures to your holy symbol.
Mm-hmm. What did you say?
May I? And she gestures to your holy
Oh,
symbol
oh, yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
She looks at it and is like, "Oh, this is very intricate. This doesn't even look like a design from here. But where are you from?"
Can I just say, like, the greater country that houses Mariposa Village? I don't know what that country would be, but
Oh no, you're in Mariposa Village is in Kandigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say, like, whatever cardinal direction Mariposa Village is within Kandigan, then I just sort of say, like,
It's like northeast.
northeast.
Interesting. This looks like the Syojin kingdoms. This is interesting. I was wondering, do you mind if I tinker with it a little bit?
Go for it.
And she tinkers a little bit. As Dr. Wong has your full attention, you're telling me about this village with the problems with plants?
Within Mariposa Village, there is a long history of the bamboo there being something that was able to provide for. It has since, a few months ago, a year ago or so, started to decay.
I know about this. Yes. Yes, the founder's daughter brought over this study. We've been trying to figure out the same thing. We had a sample, but it eroded, unfortunately. We can't do any more tests, but I believe her researchers, as she says, is working tirelessly in trying to fix it.
How long ago was that?
She arrived about a year ago. We've been studying. Well, me and my team studied it 6 months into her arrival, and then the rest were taken by her team. And I have no news of it since.
Could you direct me to this?
Well, I don't know where she is. She's probably on the dance floor. But if rumor serves me correctly, that gentleman over there with the white strip in the hair. So there's this fabled house, apparently, of Rosewood Manor, that seems to exist, and apparently he is their head researcher.
I would very much like to go talk to them.
Unfortunately, I don't personally know them, but I'm sure their personal all too well. If you'd like to approach them, you'll be fine, I guess.
Certainly. Thank you for the direction.
No problem. Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. 11.
11. We'll get back to you. Something happens, but we'll get back to you. In the powder room, the three of you, what are you guys doing?
I think at this point Celeste has zonked out to a degree. Like, she's gotten past the freak out moment and she's kind of just like sitting there. If like Bayani will, because she padded to the seat next to him, so if Bayani sat down next to her or if Andrea sat down next to her, she would just kind of like absentmindly like tap their back and being like, there, it is fine. As she's just like staring off into the dead zone, she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Andres, what brings you here to the powder room?
No, lady came over, said she had lots of money, gonna pay me a lot of money to go fight. It's plot twist, gonna die if you fight.
Wait, you signed up for a death match?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't. You should.
You still have
gave me.
You still have the piece of paper with the money, like the amount of money.
They gave me the thing, and then
She takes it from him. Are you shitting my dick right now?
yeah.
Wait, that's a lot of zeros. But
It is a lot of zeros.
all those
but
zeros, but doesn't that just mean it's just zeroed in total?
No. That's a lot of money. Do you know how many Mustangs I could get with that?
But what if you die?
Right, then you can't get any Mustangs.
That's why I'm here. I made a mistake.
Just go back and just tell him JK.
No. As weird as it sounds, I don't know. There was a part of me somewhere in me that just I knew I could do it. All right, I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm aging out, but I can do this. I think I can do this.
Are
I
you
mean-
like?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What were you gonna say, Celeste? What?
Are you like okay with dying? She like pushes her fox nose back into a normal nose as she's asking him this question. Just,
He immediately just goes into the toilet and just starts barfing.
Blah.
Blah.
When he does that, she turns back to Bayani. But okay, so you said she became royalty. Why is that a bad thing?
Because I you know, she doesn't. I don't want her to see me, cause I'm not.
You're just the son of the leader of your entire tribe.
You can hear Andres in the toilet like that's royalty, bro. Blah.
But
I feel like that puts you in the same caliber as her. Also, like that stuff's kind of dumb.
well, just because my grandpa helped found the village doesn't give me a. She's on to bigger and better things, and when I'm, you know, I never thought I was ever gonna see her again.
Did
It's
she
been like-
tell you that?
I never actually got to say goodbye.
Okay, so you're just making this up then. Respectfully, you're just making this. You're just putting words in her mouth, and you ran away from her.
She's living another life now, and I think it'd be best if I just don't get entwined with that, because you know, she probably has married a king or a baron or someone with like a lot of money, and
She
Andres
pulls-
pops his head out. He's like, did she have a ring?
I think she was wearing like many rings, but I don't know if one of them was like a marriage ring.
Ooh.
Celeste like pulls her coat on closer to her petrified arm, and she just looks at Bayani, and the light is starting to come back into her eyes now that she's like coming back into her body. Bayani, I understand being afraid, but you took away her choice to talk to you when you made up that story to make yourself feel better about losing her. So maybe you could give her a chance to make her own decision, and you might find out that she still wanted to have a relationship with you this whole time.
She would have found a way to contact us.
And that's probably why she's here.
And why are you in here?
She pretends like she didn't hear you. Like her ear fully turns back to you to listen to you, and then turns right back to Bayani.
Okay, well, I mean, she probably. I mean, I had my mask on. She probably. It's not even confirmed that it was me, but she did call me out by name. It was really. I don't know what gave it away.
Is it just like you're everything?
What do you mean by that?
Aren't you wearing the colors of your home? I don't know many halfling alligator duos. Personally.
I mean, Maru never met. I don't think never met.
Oh.
Maru left a long time ago.
Oh.
Oh. That's not what Celeste says. That's what I say.
And like, I look completely different. Like, I have a mustache now, and like,
right.
Should I go back out there?
If you want to.
Bayani, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Shock you.
Chuck you.
Hey, what is happening?
It's gonna be a what was that? So 60. It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hey.
Nothing happens.
Okay, but if I go, like, I need y'all to back me up, cause like, I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, hi, hey, Maru, it's me, Bayani. Remember me, the guy that like was secretly in love with you, but now like you're on to better things, and I just can't. You know, I hope you're doing well, and like my mom's doing okay, and I
put my hand on his shoulder gently. How about you just let her do the talking?
And then Andres comes over and he says, "No, you have to woo her with dance, Bayani. Everything that I taught you has led you to this exact moment. I know you can do it. Don't listen to Celeste."
Why do you think I've
Your
been
ears
practicing
are
this
back.
entire? Why do you think I've been practicing this entire time?
Because
I
you're ready. You're wearing the shoe. You've got the shoes.
I looked down at my
We
feet.
looked
And
down.
we
Yeah,
both
there's only
again.
one.
What happened?
I ran off, and one of my shoes came off. I think it hit someone in the face.
I think Celeste is right. Just let her do the talking, man.
Maybe you could dance while you talk, but I would just let her talk. She probably has a lot to say if she came all this way to find you.
All right, but
Oh.
I need my homies to back me up.
Her mouth is actively open.
Yeah, and Andres is also like,
Just to know that I've been doing okay. Like I you know, I've been living life without her, and like I'm good now. You know, like
Ooh, you're
I'm-
back to making up those stories
you know,
again.
I'm committing crimes around this. I'm a criminal. Wait, she
I
can't
wish
say the
I-
criminal. I kill people.
I wish I was
killed
here
a
so
baby.
bad.
Hey,
it wasn't a real baby.
Bayani, stop making up stories. Just stop talking. Honestly, let her talk. Just get out there.
Mhm.
Just get out
I'm
there.
with Celeste on this one. If you get the shoes on, dance. But until then,
Follow me. You know, I have the best idea before we go.
mm-hmm.
Open bar. Let's go.
That feels like a really bad idea for you.
Drinks are on
specifically.
me.
What a cheap ass motherfucker.
As you exit the powder room and go to
She
the
doesn't exit. She stays there. I'll be out
Okay.
in a minute.
Yeah, I wanted Andres to kind of do like a double take thing and try to like fake out.
do an Abe Simpson and just go out and go back in.
Exactly. Just try to. Yeah. I got you, and then just go back in.
Okay. Bayani, you notice that you were alone.
I had As I look back, I'm like,
not long
I head to the-
after- Yeah. You head
I
to
head
the
to the
bar.
open bar and I say,
Yeah.
bartender, 1 alcohol of your strongest alcohol, please.
One Shirley Tempo, my boy.
Or you're
Just something.
are
just
you're
something
a
to
half
wake me up, huh?
Okay. All right. He puts a shot glass, and then he takes, like he goes to open, like he takes a broomstick, and he hits this chest, and it's a mimic, and it spits out like a bottle, and he just like keeps hitting the mimic to let it close, and the mimic just closes, and he gets this bottle. It's not glass; it's made out of metal. And he needs like kind of like a wrench to open it open, like to open the bottle, and he pours it. And as soon as the bottle is open, several people, like about 10 feet away, just like look back. It's like, what the fuck is that smell? You smell it. It's very pungent and strong. And he pours it, and it's not even smooth. It's just like a globule it looks like a Jello shot in your shot glass. It's like, all right.
Swampe. Thank you. And I'm
And then
gonna just-
everybody's waiting to look at you just to finish this thing.
I try to down it in one fell swoop.
Okay, you down it. Make me a Constitution save at disadvantage.
Yummy. Fuck. It's a 10.
It's 10. You failed, my boy. You feel like the world flips upside down. And you just can't, like, your left eye is just droopy, and everybody is just split into two, and you just can't seem to get the whole room straight. It's just slanted, and you try to slant your head. The way it's slanted, it slants the other way. And you try
God
to
damn
leap
it.
off, and your knees are weak. You're starting to sweat, like have a cold sweat on your back. Your chest area is kind of getting a little stiff. Your
Yeah.
fingers are getting clammy. You're not sure whether like your legs are getting hot or not. It's just feeling really warm. But you sound, and it's up to you if you want to do this. Your voice goes an octave lower.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. You sound like Jensen Ackles, basically.
I make my way over to Hoon. Hey.
Oh, here's the thing. You see, so you're gonna make your way to Hoon, right?
Yeah,
Hoon.
just like touch base.
This is where your charisma check fail comes into play. Everybody notices something going on with Hoon. As you walk closer, the temperature, and you're pretty sure this isn't the alcohol, the temperature becomes about 10 degrees hotter. Then it becomes 20 degrees hotter. And you see Hoon is hunched over, and the alligator scales are starting to fleck off as you see the pink become red, become gold, and just tear bit by bit. You see Hoon, your pink eyes become gold, and you feel yourself contort in a way. Your body kind of dislocates some of the joints, and you grow into this muscular form. The back of your clothing rips open to expose wings, and you just roar in pain as a huge breath of fire shoots above, and everybody is silent, freaking out what's going on. You hear Dr. Bishwari's like, I just touched it. I didn't know what was going on. There was this slight shine, and you see Hoon's face morphs into this weird snout, reminiscent of a regular dragonborn rather than an alligator-like snout. And you see the red become gold and just fleck over. And you start to freak out and fly around the room, and people are just in shock, in terror. The two of you in the room, you hear this. You hear the commotion outside, what's going on. So,
Would we hear the ruckus from the powder room?
yeah, you would. Yeah, you completely hear it. And people are like running away. Bayani, you are like in shock. You seeing this happening to your friend. What do you do?
Hoon?
You're a mindless rage monster right now.
Is everyone else like scattering and like fleeing right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I am.
I'm gonna change the music a bit because it's very nice and
Yo,
I'm
this
good.
is crazy.
I'm gonna take a few slow, haggard, drunk, tipsy steps towards Hoon with my hand out. Hoon, are you? What's going on?
Hoon, roll me a wisdom saving throw to understand this.
18.
18, you can understand it. You can also respond. You kind of gotten your faculties. Your body isn't moving the way that you want to, but your mind is.
Where's my holy symbol? Is it on the?
It's on the ground now. The doctor dropped it and they ran away.
Okay. As long as I have my faculties, I'm assuming I'm still sort of like humanoid, but like my fucking suit is like ruined, and I'm flying around and flecked gold, and I just like in complete distress, fighting with my own mind. I hear Bayani, and for even if only a few seconds, am grounded. The symbol. Something happened to it. Something. And that's maybe all I can get out.
Okay.
Just like gesturing to the floor.
Oh. Are you airborne right now?
Yeah, Hoon
I'm
is
fine.
about like 15 feet above the ground right now.
I would assume that Bayani, being the lightweight that he is super overwhelmed and overstimulated right now. That he doesn't know if this is like, he is just tripping out. So he's legit just gonna fall to his knees and just kind of like look up, like shocked, and wait for other characters to come in and discern the situation.
Yeah. The two of you, what do you guys do after hearing this commotion?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead first.
I think upon hearing that, Celeste will kind of like look out. I guess we can't just. I guess our pity party is over, and she's gonna like gently reach up for his arm, which is rare because she doesn't typically reach out physically for anybody. But she's in a low point, and she's like, "I'm gonna just take help if he'll give it to me," and she'll
Yeah.
just reach out for him.
Yeah, he immediately lets out his arm and he goes, "Yeah, I'm sure." He's just trying to be positive in the moment. He's like, "I'm sure everybody's fine, right? We're gonna go out there and it's gonna be nothing."
Oh God, we're really fucking this up right now, aren't we?
Balls to the wall.
And balls to the wall, and she flings open the door with her good arm and trods out.
So do we see Bayani on the floor?
Bayani on the floor.
Hoon in the air.
Hoon in the air. There are wizards trying to figure out what to do, but nobody is moving. It's like they're trying to assess the situation first.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have heard Hoon yell out about his holy symbol?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
I think I don't know to not.
Can I just like look for his holy symbol?
Sure. You can easily see it. It's a matter of just getting to it.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna point it out to Andreas, and go, I get it, and she's gonna run after it.
Yeah, he's gonna dash and and do his different, like, just roll and push through people, just do whatever he can to get to the holy symbol.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
Ooh, y'all. Oh, I have advantage on this. It's a -1, baby.
Ooh, I have a plus 5.
Okay, so it's a 12.
21.
Ooh.
Okay, with the 21, you can easily get to it. No problem.
He picks it up. Can I do? Let me do an Arcana check on it to see if I know anything. Or
Sure.
Yeah, Arcana. It's a 3. It's exactly what we would think.
Okay. It's a 3. You can't do anything with it. Probably one of your companions with magic capabilities might be able to do something, but you wouldn't.
Can I throw it to Celeste?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to do an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me. It's a -1. Oh no, not a -1, just a regular one. Just a regular one. But
Okay.
a 1 nonetheless. It's
Um,
just so loud.
yeah, unfortunately, can't really figure it out.
Yep.
Let's see. Uh,
Where's
Who?
Bayani? That's what.
Yeah,
So where's Bayani?
Bayani, are you doing anything?
I'm just still stunned, and I'm, you know, there is a. I have so much indecisiveness that I don't take any action. I'm just stunned, and I don't know what happened to.
You feel on your arm somebody grab you, and it's Maru.
I get hopped up to my feet.
Yeah, it's like, we need to get out of there. We need to get out of here. I don't know what's going on.
My friend.
Your friend? That's your friend?
Yes. He came with me.
And she, I'm also checking something here. She does not know what to do, but she's like, look, there are a ton of people here that can help your friend. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Let's get to a safe distance, and we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure of it.
I feel like this is when you would hear Celeste yell for Bayani because she's now gone from panic to numb to now she's fight or flighting it, and she chose fight. So she goes, Bayani, get your head out of your ass and come out alone! As she's like trying to jumble with the spiritual relic in her hands.
You also hear Maru yell, Celio, do something. And you see this wizard in the corner. He's like, I don't know what to do. Who's wounded? Who's wounded? Get out. And he's just being super useless. That's what you get. But yeah, Hoon, you hear something in the back of your head. And you kind of hear it in, I can't speak it, but you hear it in kind of Korean. In a Korean language, a dialect that says the mask will protect you. The mask will keep you safe. That's what you hear.
I'm assuming, did it like fall off, or like am I still wearing it?
It's still on you.
Okay.
Roll me a wisdom check to be able to do something.
Yeah. 18.
18? You can grab it. Roll me a dexterity saving throw to be able to wear it.
Okay. That's pretty good. 21.
21? Yeah, you wear it. It is, however, not working right away. Your body jerks and swings over. Undress. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. No, a wisdom check. At advantage.
At advantage? Okay.
Yes.
11.
11?
Yeah.
The DC is supposedly lower because of this fact. But you hear in your mind, My boy. Throw the lightning. And I'm gonna take away your agency a little bit real quick for this. But it's for something. You instinctively rear back and your ring lights up and a bolt of lightning is in your hand.
Whoa.
Roll me an attack using your strength and your proficiency.
Ruh-roh.
Plus my proficiency.
Yeah. Are you happy right now?
I'm so happy right now. That's a 23.
Okay. Hoon's AC is like what, 18?
16.
16? You hit it. Hoon, you don't take damage, but you are rooted in the air. You see that your lightning is tethered to undress, and you are chained. You are no longer flying. You are in a controlled state of flight. Celeste.
Hold.
Roll me a charisma check.
Okay, charisma check. I got you,
Charisma check.
Finn. I'm scared. What's my charisma? Okay. Ooh, you love to see it. It's a dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20, time stops. Time stops real quick outside of you all. And as the time stops, you see bit by bit the gold scales fleck off. You start descending and you become Hoon again with the mask on. And the mask takes a different form from what it is normally. And then it reverts back. And then time resumes.
She like recoils. Oh my god. This is the weirdest night ever. What?
You notice from a distance, this is already a gimme for Stella, a bolt of lightning runs through the crowd, getting people out. And Moon just helps out with the evacuation. And a few wizards are, what the fuck just happened? And a sword is in Hoon's face right now, held by a blonde man with religious vestments. And it's already 10:30.
How
I think
fuck dare you? How could you
It
do this
is
to us right
a
now?
good time to end the session.
Nice.
Little shorter session right now, but a lot of things happened. For everybody who's in the chat, thanks for sticking with us. I had fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go around again. My name is Fabs. I'm your DM. Catch me here on Tuesdays for Manhattan by Midnight, and Thursdays here. We have a lot of things to announce soon. We're gonna have a lot of projects for the remainder of the year. So follow us at Going Crit RPG on Twitter. Join our Discord. Check out our Patreon. And that's it for me. Luke, tell us who you are, where they can find you.
Luke Trevisi on Twitter and Instagram. That's at LUKETROVESE. I didn't choose my last name. It was given to me. Damn, this has been a lot of fun.
Toffee.
Toffee, actor out of San Diego. Loved the session. Find me on Twitch and Twitter at Toffee Plays. That's me.
Saf.
Hello, I'm Saf. You can find me everywhere on the internet as a clerical error 748 or some variation of those numbers. And if you like TTRPG streetwear, you can check out arcanewares.com.
Hell
That's it.
yeah. Last but not least, Joe. Joe still can't believe what happened.
Not only did I start this session too socially awkward for anyone to talk to me, my friend cried, my friend signed his way a life away, and my other friend found the love of his life. My name is Joe. Follow me on Twitter at ScaryDog.
Amazing. We'll have Stella Luna again next week. You guys are wonderful. Catch us again. Again, follow us on Twitter for more announcements. That's about our time. Good night, friends.